Okay, so this video is our technique video, and you can refer back to this however many times that you want. There's some key exercises that I want to show you the correct technique for, so you know you're doing it exactly right in all of the videos and that you're targeting the right muscle groups. It really is essential. So the first exercise that I'm going to be talking you through is the squat. Okay, so it's important with the squat that we're sitting flat on our feet and not coming up onto our toes. Okay, so I'm going to show you the correct way to do it. We've got different variations of squat. We're going to start with a neutral kind of squat. So that's about hip width to shoulder width distance apart. The toes are slightly pointed out. Okay, give yourself a big shoulder roll back so that your chest is nice and high. This automatically engages your core. Okay, and it's really important to be keeping that chest high and to be holding your stomach muscles nice and tight, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to imagine squatting over a bucket, okay? So imagine that bucket's behind you. It's not right underneath you, it's behind you. Okay, so you've got to push the hip back slightly, sitting back on the heels of your feet. So just remember, just try and think of it as if I'm there with you and I've got my fingertips underneath your toes and you desperately don't want to be stepping on my fingertips because I'll make you work harder. So remember, all the pressure should be on the heel of the foot, not the toe. Okay, so shoulders back, stomach tucked in. We're going to come all the way down. Okay, it doesn't matter how low you can get. If you can go really low, that's really good. This is good, but if your flexibility is here, that's just as fine. Okay, keep the knee behind the toe, coming all the way up. Okay, we're going to do that again. Coming all the way down and all the way up. I'm going to squeeze those glutes at the top. Really want to wake those muscle groups up. So coming all the way down and all the way up. I'm going to take it to the side now. Okay, so same thing. Okay, knees out to the side, don't let those knees come in either. Coming all the way down, all the way up. Squeeze those glutes. All the way down, all the way up. Keeping that chest nice and high, keeping those stomach muscles tense. Okay, so I hope you've got that. Any questions, just email me. Next up, we've got our lunge, okay? So in the lunge, we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart. Now I want you to imagine that your feet are on train tracks, so they can't crisscross over. They have to stay in that straight line. Okay, you need to take a big step forward. Don't take a little step, make sure it's a big step, okay? Remember those train tracks. You're coming back onto your back toe. Once you're in this position with your hips facing forward, you can then start to lower your body so that your knee, your back knee, is 1 inch above the floor, bringing it all the way down. Keep your front knee behind the toe. Drive up with the heel of the foot on the front foot. Okay, so all the way down, all the way up. Ooh. And keep nice and steady. So tense those core muscles all the way down, all the way up, and then pushing back. Okay, and then back to the beginning. We're usually going to do alternate lunges, so we're going to use the other leg. So remember, big step forward, remember the train tracks. Get nice and steady, coming all the way down, knee 1 inch above the floor, front knee behind the toe. Drive up with the heel of your foot, and then push all the way back. I'm going to show you the side view, okay? So big step forward, come up onto the back toe, shoulders back, hips forward, down, and then push off. Other leg. Ready? All the way down and pushing back. Okay, so now we're going to speed it up. Feet hip width distance, coming forward and down, push off. Forward, down, push off. That's it. Okay, keep those muscles tense. And that's your lunge. Okay, we're taking it down onto our mat, and I really want you to be shown a good core exercise, and that's the plank. Some of you might have done this exercise before, but I'm going to work through some key pointers to make sure that you're doing it properly, okay? So we're going to get down onto the mat, okay? So nice and flat. We're going to take the forearms on the floor and make sure the elbow is directly underneath the shoulders. I'm going to curl my toes round, okay? And elbows should be shoulder width apart. I'm going to tense my stomach muscles, and then I'm going to lift off, straighten those legs, and I'm going to get my back nice and straight. Now it's really important that you're tensing all those core muscles. If I don't tense, you can see my back immediately dips down. If I'm tensing everything, then I'm going to be in a nice straight line, okay? And then you're just holding it there. If that's too hard, you can come onto the knees. But remember, you need to focus on tensing those stomach muscles, not just letting them go. If you feel pressure in your lower back, it might be because you're not tensing properly. Okay, really focus and tense those stomach muscles, coming all the way up. And we'll be doing several different variations, but if you can just get that technique down, then that's perfect. Okay. One more exercise that I want to go through are push-ups. So I've got 3 variations of push-ups that I like to use. Okay, we've got push-up on the knee. So you're on the knees like so. Lift those feet off the ground if you want to create a bit more instability. The hands are shoulder width apart, or just slightly wider than the shoulder width apart. Okay, you're tensing those stomach muscles and you're coming all the way down and pushing off. Okay, the further back your knees, the harder it's going to be because you're adding more body weight. The further in your knees, the easier it will be because it's less body weight on there. Okay, so you can decide what's going to be better for you. My second variation of the push-up is what I like to call the wiggly worm push-up. It's not its official name, I just made that up, but I call it the wiggly worm push-up because it looks like a wiggly worm. So sometimes I'll ask you not to do the push-ups on the knees and to do the wiggly worm push-up instead, because it is slightly more intense, but it is completely manageable even if you can't do a proper push-up. Okay, so first off, you're gonna get yourself into a nice straight arm plank. Bring yourself down all the way to the floor, okay, so that you're actually on the floor. Hands are by the side of the chest, curl the toes round, and then keep the stomach nice and tight. Pushing off. You can add a little pike there if you want. Make sure your push-up is really wiggly. Coming all the way down. Okay, making sure that you're tensing those stomach muscles. Okay, and that's my wiggly worm push-up. Okay, and then the third variation is just your standard push-up. So once you start to become stronger, these are the ones that you're going to be advancing to. So again, straight arm plank, hands about shoulder width apart, if not a little wider. Tense those stomach muscles, coming all the way down and then pushing off. Okay, all the way down, pushing off. If you're doing this, you're not really doing a push-up. You want to come all the way down and then push off. Okay, and that completes push-up techniques.